Right now, we've been joined by a former Wimbledon champion. Yes, the 1996 champion Richard Krajicek has kindly joined us in our studio in what is undoubtedly always a busy time for everyone who returns here as a former champion. But first of all, I'd just love to get your assessment on the first week. We had so many storylines. Matt and I were talking about them at the beginning of our show, hoping that we could get even more in the second week. But what was the moment of week one for you?
I don't know the moment of week one, but I thought it was very interesting that the Serena Williams match against Heather Watson, because I mean I looked in the beginning of the match and I thought there's a no-brainer. Actually, this whole tournament looks like a no-brainer for us, because I thought winning the French Open, not feeling too good, and suddenly coming to the grass, which is her favorite surface, and she's probably gonna feel good. So I thought it's gonna be like a shooting gallery, but suddenly she is almost down and out 5-4, and luckily Heather, I think it got a bit nervous, not only the way she played, but tactically. I mean, why don't you serve to the Serena Williams forehand when it gets important? I mean, that's the only shot that is really dicey under pressure, and I think she hit one serve out of 8 first serves to the forehand. So, and that happened actually with Safarova also in the final. Suddenly 2-love up, decides not to hit one backhand cross court anymore and just go for the winner down the line. So the players tend to get nervous against her, and that helped her now. But any other stories? Andy looked like he was going out almost. I mean, 1-love down in the fourth and getting injury treatment, breakdown. But then he won 6 games in a row. So maybe refresh my memory a bit. What happened
Dustin
more?
Brown, Rafa Nadal.
Yeah.
I mean, no, as a match. Did you see the match?
No, I didn't see it, because I thought actually I'm gonna start watching Rafa when he's in the fourth round, quarterfinals, because I predicted it was going to be his best Wimbledon since a couple of years. I thought for sure he's going to make fourth round, and I thought Andy would have been too good in the quarters, but until then I wasn't too worried. The only thing I thought, you know what, Dustin beat him before in Halle, so he's going to be a bit confident, at least not going to be afraid to beat Rafa, and I didn't see too much of it, that match. So I saw the first match. I did commentating for BBC Radio with the Rafa match, and the only thing I did see is that he's really insecure about his forehand, Rafa, at the moment. His backhand looks good, but forehand dumps it sometimes bottom of the net, and then hits it like 5 meters out, then he hits like 5-6 good ones. So you see that he doesn't feel the ball at all with the forehand, but that's what confidence does to you, that suddenly you can do everything right, but you start doubting yourself, it goes the wrong way.
For sure. No, Dustin Brown, just the shot making skills are unbelievable in that match, and the fact that his serve and volley on both serves was refreshing. And I'm with you. I don't think Rafa Nadal, any other opponent that day, he's not losing to. I mean, somebody who's not seeded. It was just a coincidence. I think people make too much out of the fact that he's not winning. The forehand is a problem. But how does he get himself back? What do you think? Because John McEnroe has said that maybe he should consider having another coach, or maybe even Uncle Tony should step aside and get somebody else. What do you think he can do?
No, I think he's doing the right thing. I mean, he's working hard, and I mean, he worked really hard. I mean, by Rafa standards, he's working hard. I've heard already. So, and when you work hard, either the success is good or it's going to be very good. So it will be. I think he's gonna come back, and it's good to come now on the hard court. He's gonna have a bit more time. I think for me the turnaround came for Rafa in Madrid. He changed back to his old record, started playing well again, and he played a great match against Thomas Berdych in the semis. Then in the finals, maybe doesn't play as great, but when you're coming back from no confidence, not playing well, it's not only you going up, you have a little bit of a lapse, and then you play an Andy Murray who's playing well. And he was unlucky to play against Djokovic. If any other draw in the French Open, especially would have had Federer in the quarterfinals, he would have won the French Open for the 10th time, because Djokovic would not have beaten Rafa Nadal in the final of the French Open for sure. But it was now in the quarterfinals. Djokovic was still relaxed, not thinking about it, and so he's not playing his best tennis, but he's slowly coming back. And for me, the way he's working, what he's doing, he's going to be a contender to win the US Open.
Okay, well, you've been so delightful talking to us about another match. It's time that we relived a bit of your Wimbledon history,
please.
Richard, I think. Let's take a look back to 1996.
Who's that young boy?
And this is the final. I think this is the winning moment.
Yep.
What are your recollections from
I remember that I just said, okay, just get the ball in play, especially the return, and then as soon as I can, I come in, and that was it.
Oh, Wimbledon champion.
Whoa! That must have hurt.
No, it didn't hurt, but it looked totally not comfortable. That's right. I thought I'm gonna go on my knees, and then I thought, what do I do now? tried to fall backward, but I was actually more stiff than I thought. You know, I see this guy fall backward and they can stay in position and touch the ground with their backs, but apparently, yeah, even at that age, 24, I was quite stiff.
I think the guys today actually practice it because very often it's the same victory celebration these days.
Yeah.
They throw themselves in the back.
Yeah.
You think they practice it?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
At least I'm not sure, but it's the same. But I mean, that moment it's incredible
Yeah.
to win Wimbledon.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we talked about it with Novak Djokovic to come back to play on the following year's Monday. How was that for you?
Ah, so nervous.
Really?
That's what
And,
Pat Cash said.
Yeah, it's especially those one slam wonders like me and Pat Cash. You know, it's like your only moment of glory almost, and you come and you say okay, and it's almost you're negatively nervous. Okay, I don't care what happens the rest of this Wimbledon, but I'm
Just
not
get me
losing
through
this
this
match.
match.
You're not losing
Yeah,
this
yeah,
match.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm playing this. I think he was a Spanish guy. This guy Cara. He was an okay player, but I mean not really great. I think he wasn't even ranked in the top 100. And I played not really good. I think I was even a set point down, and I won that first at 7-6, and then second and third I won comfortable. But I was like, okay, and I mean Leighton Hewitt lost their first round, but I'm sure, okay, it happens. He played Karlovic, and I don't think he was that nervous because you know he won another Grand Slam. He's been number one, and I think then it's still special. But for me, and I'm sure for Pat, was like, okay, I'm not gonna be that one. You know, you don't want to even emphasize like you're that one slam wonder that he won really only that year, and the rest of the time it was so bad he couldn't even win the first round.
Oh no.